Welcome to So Many Whatnots. I'm Willow, and this is my channel where I share about sewing and quilting. Happy Monday! It is the week of Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a very busy week for me. If you are in the United States and you celebrate Thanksgiving, you know this is just one crazy week. So I am not sure how much I will be getting done this week, but hopefully a lot. I mean, I don't do I don't go shopping on Black Friday or over the weekend or anything. So I may actually have some time to do stuff. So anyways, I have a few updates. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so first off, non-sewing related, my son is on another college visit and has 2 more yet. So he's been contacted by 4 private schools. Now my dog's barking at something. My other one. He's been contacted by 4 private schools so far to play lacrosse, so that's super cool. And he has offers from most of them already, so yay, that's so cool. He's super excited, really excited about a few of them. Let's see. They also, my siblings took both of my sons up to the Penn State game this weekend, and they had the best time ever. They played Nebraska, which is where my kids are from. I'm from Pennsylvania. I moved to Nebraska, and then I moved back, so I'm from both. So they had a really good time with their cousins at the game. They both said it was a wonderful experience, and that's so cool. My oldest son, he's 18, and apparently he found like all the Nebraska people and made friends. So he found his people. Bummer that Nebraska lost, but we are in Penn State territory. So that's pretty much all I have for updates that are not sewing or quilting related. But I do have one update. Some of you may already know I put up a first tutorial, yay, on hand piecing, and I did a little bit of, see if I can point with, no, not really, I have to turn around, bear paw. I went through and did part of a bear paw, and kind of walked through my own process, kind of talked. I tried to make it a like a typical tutorial, but it ended up just me yapping for an hour and sewing. So people say it's very helpful. But it's not exactly what I had wanted to do, but I kind of really like just talking through the process as opposed to, okay, this is what you do, and then this is what you do, and then this is what you do. But I find talking through the process is more, okay, here's how I do it, and then this is what I do next. And obviously in my video, things were a little out of order, but whatever. It happens. So I kind of really like that it was more my process, because everybody does things a little different. I don't think there is one right way to do a lot of things. And there are things you can do that are helpful that most people probably would do. But anyways, so yeah, I have a tutorial, my first tutorial, so definitely go check that out. And yeah, let me know what you think. I am very open to criticism. So if there's something you would like to see that I didn't do, or something you think I did well, just let me know in the comments. And tutorial ideas would be great. I'm always open to adding things to my list of things I'd like to do. So that is it for updates. I have had not nearly enough coffee today. I could probably go through a gallon today. It is Monday. Okay, so acquisitions. I had all intentions of coming on here and saying, I got nothing this week. I did good. I did not buy anything. And then the mail came and I got something that I forgot I ordered. And that is, now it's used. It's a used copy of the Essential Quilter. And it is Tradition, Techniques, Design, Patterns, and Projects by Barbara Chainey. And this came really recommended in a Facebook group I'm in. And I was lucky to find a copy online. I think I found it on Amazon, but it wasn't sold and shipped by Amazon. So it was just a company using Amazon as their selling platform. So the contents, I haven't read the book, but I've looked through it and it's great. They should like put this back in publication because it's really invaluable information. So I'm just going to read the contents and then, I'll just kind of, I can't really, you can tell it's from the 80s, 90s, but it kind of goes into, well, history and tradition, equipment, fabrics, and marking, tacking, quilting, and finishing, quilting, patchwork, and applique, different types of quilting, design sources and principles, feathers and cables, designing for yourself, and quilt care. And in the back, and again, I don't know what I'm allowed to show, so I'm not going to show it, but there are templates that you can trace. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and it shows, I really want to show this. I have always wanted to make a whole cloth quilt, and so there's actually a project in here for a whole cloth quilt, and it has the techniques, what you need, the method, and that's in the designing for yourself section. And there's just so much. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I would like to say I didn't get anything, but I got something. So oops. It's not really an oops. Let's just put that back there. So it has been really hard, really difficult not to buy anything. And there have been a lot of things that I've really wanted to get. Even, there's some sales already starting. But I have, for the moment, restrained myself and have not bought anything. But boy, I really want to. Let's see, I have a long list. Let me get my list. I have it on my computer as my quilt bucket list. And then I have a couple things written down also in my notebook. Okay, so my bucket list. A Civil War era reproduction. A 1930s reproduction double wedding ring. Cathedral windows, which I'm working on. A log cabin, trip around the world. Hexie EPP, English paper piecing, which I'm working on. But I'd really like to also make, what's it called? Is it Grandmother's Flower Garden? I think is what it's called. So I really want to make one of those also, one at a time, because I'll reuse my Hexies that I make them on cardstock, so I'll reuse those. A 9 patch, which I showed you in one video. I'm already working on a tiny 9 patch. A Lone Star, a Sunbonnet Sue, but not necessarily the fabric that's behind me. Where are we again? So there's the Sunbonnet Sue fabric, but I want to make an actual Sunbonnet Sue quilt, the applique and everything, the whole deal. Fun fact with Sunbonnet Sue is my grandma made all her grandchildren crocheted Sunbonnet Sue, or what did the boys get it? Is it like Overall Sam? Something like that. And so I still have that, and I probably got that blanket, that Afghan, when I was, oh, I don't know, maybe like 5. And I still have that. And she made us all pillows too, but I don't think I still have the pillow. But we all have one of those Afghans, and they're crocheted. I didn't realize it was a sewing pattern until a few years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make one of those. So yeah, that's kind of cool. A Dresden plate, a whole cloth, a Liberty quilt, which if you watch Stitch with Rachel, she calls all her quilts with Liberty fabric Liberty quilts. So that would kind of be like the Alice Caroline would be considered a Liberty quilt. It's just something that the UK people say. They say a Liberty quilt, and it's a quilt made with Liberty fabrics. Okay, let's see. An orange peel and a Dear Jane. I really would like to make a Dear Jane. So that list keeps growing, and I keep that on my computer in my notes app. And then I have a couple other notes. Oh, okay. So they have some really cool fabrics out right now. The 30s reproduction fabrics. There's some really nice ones out now. And the French General. Have you heard of French General? Because I love French General fabrics. Super cute. Very, I'm not sure how to describe them. Maybe classy? And I'm not classy, but I don't know. They're just gorgeous. They're beautiful. I love them. And they have one right now that has some embroidery. There's a panel that you can cut up, and oh, it's so hard for me to not buy the panel and a couple jelly rolls and just do some kind of, I don't even know, maybe there is a quilt pattern on a website. I'm not sure. I can't remember who carries French General now. But I was looking at it, and so it's kind of like you have your little block of embroidery, and then it's outlined with, hi, Scotty. Hello. Oh, over here. Hi. Are you saying hi? No? Okay, bye. That's Scotty. She is a little spaz. Oh, finally, episode 5, and one of my cats finally shows up. Anyways, so I thought I would do maybe kind of like a log cabin type block with the embroidery in the middle, and yeah. I need to stop because I will literally go buy it, and I am not supposed to be buying any more fabric right now. I have so many projects, and obviously a couple of them I need to get done like now. Okay, so that's acquisitions and wishes. So next I have progress. Ooh, progress. Okay. First off is Garden Friends. That is the embroidery quilt that looks like a honeycomb. Boy, my brain fog is like really, whew, it's there today. So I have not finished another one yet, but I have one in progress. And it happens to be the one that the needle minder is designed after. So I'm having fun with this. And like I said last time, this is just a slow project that I'm working on. Nothing big. Let me get that back on there. I just keep the thing under the needle minder. And then with that, I did get the case that I told you about. And I just popped some stuff in there on little, what are they called? Oh my gosh. My brain is seriously not working today. The little thingy-mabobbers, that's what they are. And so now, I love the big tin, but now I have these. And now I can use the big tin to store the finished squares in. And so eventually that tin will be full of these. And so I think that's going to work really well. And also it doesn't take up as much space where I keep my couch projects, I guess you could call them. So I have that. Let me see. The bear paw. I am almost finished. Let me get my basket. My basket's full of all kinds of stuff today. This is the one I keep by my couch. So I have like my gloves, obviously. I have these in it. I have this one that is my everyday everything. So it literally has stuff for my hand piecing, my hand quilting, just a bunch of stuff. And this is kind of my everything. Oh, yeah. Wow. I keep going off on little side roads, I guess. I wanted to mention this, and I didn't have it written down. But I got these two thimbles the other week. Okay. And this is the medium and this is the large. And the large fit perfectly when I got it. But now it's kind of like stretched out a little bit. So I started using the medium and it fits like perfect now. I'm still not, I really like them. Okay. I like them. What I would really like is a high quality one of these, or a fully metal one of these with the, you know, the rim that you kind of need for hand quilting. And I'm thinking the metal, because you can use the side or the top. And so I'm kind of on the hunt for more thimbles, because I love these, but I'm not in love with them. But they're working for now. They're going to make it through a few quilts, probably, until I find something that I really want, that I really like. But I'm not convinced with those quite yet. I feel like I feel like they won't last. Like I was saying, let's see here. I have one that's too big, but I used one of these and it's just completely, I think it's silicone or something. And I used one of these for basically till now. It's been through several quilts. Not this one because obviously I've only used it a few times. It's way too big. It just, yeah. So those are nice, but I really like the metal now. So we'll see what happens and we'll see what I can find. Now, when I say I'd like a really nice one, I don't want to spend $50 on a thimble, okay? But I have seen some really expensive thimbles online. Yeah, no, I can't justify that. Maybe someday. Yeah, no. Anyways, so where I was before I got sidetracked again. Whoops. Drop my gloves. I am halfway through. My son is texting me right now. He's on a college visit and he can't remember when he started high school. I think it was, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm like halfway through the first half, almost finished the first half, really. I have all these pieces sewn together. So really all that needs done is these need sewn to these. So I have, let's see. These go on first. And then once those are on, these go on. So for each one, I have 2 lines of sewing. I could probably whip this out in a day. Maybe 2. I think I sewed all these together in one day. So I made quite a bit of progress on this. Oh, in case you haven't seen my last videos, here is the garden friends I was just talking about. With all the embroidery. And it looks like a little honeycomb. It's super cute. Anyways, so I am really lost today. I am not with it. Vacation, you can tell vacation is coming because my brain is already on vacation. Okay, garden friends, Bear Paw, Georgetown. I did not bring Georgetown upstairs. I left that downstairs. I did 1.5 rows this week. Now, what I consider a row is about half. How to explain this? Okay, it's half a. I'll use my Bear Paw to explain. Okay, so if this is one block, half of this is 1 row, and 1 row consists of 2 fans stacked. So there's a fan here, there's a fan here, there's a fan down, here. Wow. I could just say 2.5 rows. That really wouldn't work. So when I have my block in the quilting hoop, I have 2 levels, two rows, like literally 2 rows. Wow. Okay. Woo. 2 rows of Baptist fans. Oh my gosh, guys. I have completely lost it this week. Like, seriously. Wow. Okay. Maybe I need more coffee. Oh my goodness. Done lost my mind. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay. So I've made it through, let's just say, like 3/4 of the second row. I don't even know why I'm trying to explain this, because without the quilt, Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, I've lost it. It's great. Oh, but we're all quilters here, so we've all lost it at some point, right? That's why we quilt. Okay, so I've gone through 3/4 of the second row, and there are 5 rows in the whole quilt. There's 5 rows of blocks. There are 4 blocks in each row. I am 3/4 of the way through the second row of blocks. Okay, so I have six blocks done out of 20. Yeah, that's right. I probably shouldn't try to do math today either. Okay, so oh, poor Georgetown. Seriously, I have no idea if I still don't know if I'm going to get that done in time for Christmas. I really want to. I really, really want to. And it, not only that, it has to be done before Christmas. I keep saying Christmas, but it's technically before Christmas, so it's even less time. Okay. I also worked a little bit on the puff quilt. I said last week I wanted to finish making the little pockets. I swear it looks like a little shark, and I just want to start singing about sharks. Oh my gosh. Whew. Loosen it, loosen it. Anyways, so I have my bucket of puff quilt thingy mabobbers. That's my new word. I have 3.5 packs left to do. So this week I got about 1.5 done. And this week, like I had said, we were just all like, we all had a cold, everybody. Well, my oldest got over it because he's the one that gave it to us. I think we figured that out, that he was patient 0 in this house. And I wasn't feeling it too much. So I made it through 1.5, and there are times when I would prefer to machine piece and work on my machine. This week was not one of them. This week I just wanted to sit on my couch and sew. There were times I didn't want to sew at all, and I did other things. So I'm still working on the puff quilt, but that's probably going to get put away for a little bit. I really want to finish it. But I have this I have to do because it's a gift, and it needs done by like New Year's, probably New Year's, around there. And I haven't decided. I actually haven't made a decision. I have made one quilt where I used my machine to quilt it. Now, you can see this is just a cheap little brother. I love brothers are not cheap by any means, but this is, I shouldn't say cheap, an inexpensive small machine, because I like handwork. So I don't have a fancy, expensive, heavy duty, gorgeous, machine. I have a practical small machine, and I thought maybe I could quilt this on here, but I can even turn this to show you that is a tiny little space. So I have not made the decision to attempt to quilt on this, but I haven't not decided to. We'll see. That I'll take opinions on that. Uh, Give me your opinions, because the quilt that I quilted on my machine was, what did I determine that it was probably 15 years ago? Maybe 14, or I mean 16 years. Anyways, it was so long ago. I don't remember what machine I had, but it was probably the cheapest one I could get at Walmart. I don't even know the brand. So it was probably like this. And I just, wait, have I done two? No. No, I've only done one on the machine. I have quilted some other smaller projects on the machine. I do have, yeah, I have quilted smaller. What's like a, it's not a table runner, but it's like a square, I guess maybe more like a wall hanging, but I never hung it on the wall. I used it on my table. So anyways, I'm rambling because that's what I do. So I'd really like to get started on this week, and I am not in a machine mood, but this is, you know, something I really need to get done. And so I just don't see myself being able to quilt it. Definitely not small stitch quilting, traditional quilting. Maybe big stitch quilting if I can get Georgetown finished by the deadline, which is very highly unlikely at this point. I could potentially big stitch quilt that. I don't know. I bit off way more than I could chew, and I didn't start Georgetown soon enough. But I haven't even put this stuff away. Look at this over here. I still have it out from when I showed you last week. I'm ready to start. I just haven't started. Okay. Okay, the last thing I worked on this week, and I only worked on it for, maybe just a couple hours yesterday. I wanted to work on some English paper piecing, and if you are more of a handwork person, you understand that the moods can vary. Not everything is the same when you're hand sewing. So sometimes you might be in the mood for embroidery or cross stitch. I don't cross stitch. I've tried. I've thought about it. I may still do it. It's something I have stopped myself from ordering probably 20 times in the past few weeks. So anyways, the moods. You might feel like doing some kind of embroidery or cross stitch. Sometimes you might just want to do some regular hand piecing. And then there's the English paper piecing. And sometimes you really just want to make these little tiny basted thingy-mabobbers and sew them together. And they're all so different. You know, I love handwork, but there are different types of handwork. Just like there's different types of machine sewing. Some people love making clothes. People like making quilts. I mean, there's so many different things. So I don't know if I ever showed this to you, but this is my paper piecing box. And it's just an old lunchbox that I got. I put stickers all over it. I mean, that is so Hot Topic from the 2000s, right? Late 90s. And that's probably, yeah, that's where I got it, definitely. So I pulled this out, and it's been a while. And I cut some of the bear paw scraps. I always cut stuff too early because I might need those, but they're going to be in a different quilt. So then I also have some others. And this had a whole row of 2.5 inch squares. And I kind of just downsized a little bit because that's a lot. So I have this stack that I need to baste. And then, let's see. So I did baste a few, not too many. And I prefer thread basting, which is basically you just fold the, get this one. So what you do with those is, let me just grab one and show you quick. Oh, 36 minutes. I'll have to do a tutorial on this. I didn't think I would have enough to talk about this week, but we're at 36 minutes already, unedited. Okay, so I'll do a tutorial, but real quick, for anyone who's not familiar with English paper piecing, you have these little pieces of paper, and this is printed on cardstock. I print my own. And then you have a little square. Now I'm doing, these are 1 inch. So one side is 1 inch. This is bigger than 1 inch. This is 1 inch here. And then I make 2.5 inch squares. And then where did I put my pin? Just kind of line that up there, pin it. And I don't have thread ready or anything, so I am not going to actually do this without a tutorial, but I'll kind of show you then. Okay, so then you fold these over like this, and you baste them on, and you end up with what I just showed you. Oh, I do have a green one though. You end up with this. Okay, and then you take them and you put them together and you sew them together right here, and that is how they would end up. So it's a lot of work. Oh, and you don't leave the papers in. When you're all done, you take all the papers out. The basting thread you could probably leave in. I plan to take it out. Some people baste with glue. I have not tried it and I don't plan to. That's not saying I won't. I just don't plan to, which means I probably will at some point try it. So I also, it's in this basket here. I did sew a few more together on the quilts that I'm putting together. Oh my goodness. I'll get it. Let me just move some stuff. Scrap basket. Little scraps. I have a drawer of big scraps. This is my little scraps. I love scraps. I can't wait to make like a string quilt. That's not on my list, but it should be. Or like just some random, random stuff. Okay. So I've been kind of getting these pieces. So this will be, I think, 10 by 10. And this is another one where I just kind of like, I'm doing my own thing. And so when I say 10 by 10, I mean 10 of these, 10 wide by 10 tall, high, 10 by 10, 10 by 10. We're just going with that. Wow. Okay. So in this, there is one here. There's one here. This little one with the cow is one. But then I have all these other ones also. So they end up, these end up being the pieces. And you can see that, you know, that's in there. And then it has all these extras around it. So yeah, that's just my own math. So I did get, oh, okay. Whew, hello camera. So there's 5. So this is 5 put together. So this will be 10. So I got one more put on this, and then I got one more ready to be put on. So that's that. So not much, but I was just feeling it yesterday. And when I'm feeling something, I do it. And that's another reason why projects don't get finished right away. Let me put that back up there because the wall's dirty. Okay. Let's see here. 41. Oh, I may not have time for questions today. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I think I do. I do. Because that's all I have to say. That's all I have. For my own stuff to talk about. So, I am going to go to a few comments that I got this week. And these are not from just like last week's video. These are just kind of from all the comments that came in last week. Okay. Oh, before we get on this, I don't have any finishes. No finishes to show you. Yep, nope. I did not finish anything. Okay, so the first comment or question is from Saffron Hammer. Will the batik quilt ravel at all those unturned edges? Okay, so this is a question I got about the Kawandi quilt on my first video. This is an abandoned project that I will probably come back to in the summer or something when I have time. And I think she meant to say unravel. Will the batik quilt unravel at all those unturned edges? Okay, so this is a Kawandi style. I don't want to call it a Kawandi because it's not a true Kawandi. A Kawandi is a cultural type of quilt. So when we say we're doing a Kawandi, it is a Kawandi style. And what it is you start with the batting and the backing, and then you add what we would consider the quilt top. So I'm gonna put that up there and show you. Now, let me find a good corner let's work on the corner here. That one has a needle in it. Let's work with this corner. Okay, so I think what she's asking is all these unturned edges. So this is a raw edge and it will not be turned under. It's just left like that. This one, raw edge, they're all raw edges all the way over. And I do turn in the edge when I put one on top. Like this blue one, that's a raw edge because I put stuff on top of it. And so it didn't need to be folded. So every edge that you can see is folded. Okay, so it's hard to do this when the camera's backwards. This is what, my 6th video, 7, I don't know. And I'm still not used to it. So like this one, it is folded because it is going to be seen. So will these unravel? No, not that I am aware of. This is my first one, so I don't really know. But if it does unravel, there are so many layers, it won't make a difference. Okay, so here's a good example right here. This blue one here. Okay. So there's a raw edge under here, but it's been sewn over twice. So if it were to fray and unravel, it has to go through two whatevers. Oh, okay. Two seams, two lines of stitching. There we go. Two lines of stitching. I'm cracking myself up today. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I need a vacation. Yeah. Okay. So it has to go through two lines of stitching before you would even see it up here. So no, I highly, highly doubt that would happen. Now there are some where there's only like one line of stitching. I don't know where. This one only has this right here. I cut that one really, really close. But yeah, for the most part, it's going to be fine. And it's just in how you make it. And oh, I would love to do a tutorial on this. There aren't that many out there. Gosh, this one, they're so fun. They're really fun. Don't use batiks. Is that how you say it? Is it batik or batik? I think it's batik. Don't use them. It's really hard to sew through. But this will probably be all batik because why not? There are some in here that aren't. Some of these are not batik, but most of them are. And it's really fun. So the question, I would not worry about it. If you're following a really good instructions, I wouldn't worry about anything unraveling. Okay, next, Kathy B. My goodness, your blue hand-piece snowman flannel is absolutely stunning. Thank you. Kudos to you. I could never do that. Your work is beautiful. Glad I found my introverted quilt friend. Hard to be introverted and make quilt friends living rural or semi-rural. Sorry, I have trouble saying that word. Great work, Willow, coming from North Carolina. Well, hello, Kathy. I totally get that. I don't live in the country, but I have pretty much crippling anxiety. I don't get out much. So I totally understand. And I kind of feel like I might have read this question last week. Maybe it's just I remember talking about the snowman quilt last week. Anyways, what I want to say to Kathy, you can do it too. You absolutely can do it. Do not say you could never do that. You absolutely can do it. A lot of quilts look harder than they are. They look more complicated or intricate, and some are really difficult. But you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Anybody can do it. I just have faith in yourself that you can. All right. Let's go to the next one. Sue W. Glad I found your channel. Love the bear paw quilt. Will one fat quarter bundle make a good size quilt? That's very subjective. It depends on the pattern and the block size. I think I put that in my reply. The size quilt that I'm making, there is enough of the dark colors, but not the light colors. So I had to order more light colors. Now, how I figured my blocks, when sewn together, will be 14 and a half. Is that finished? 14 and a half finished? 14, might be 14. I think I figured it out to be around 70 or 72 inches. Did I not put a note here? Oh my gosh, I figured it out this morning. No, I did. Okay, I will have 25 14.5-inch blocks, 72 by 72 plus borders. I do want to put borders on, and I will probably do some kind of scrappy border using the other fat quarter bundle, the other dark fabrics from that. Or I might just order more. I don't know. I don't really have a plan yet. So I am making a square one. So I'll be doing 5 blocks by 5 blocks for 25 total, 72, 72. Yeah. So is 72 inches plus whatever size borders I put on considered a good size quilt? A good size quilt to me would be like probably one that would fit a full queen or king size bed. Other people, a good size quilt might be an oversized lap quilt or something. So it's really subjective of what a good size quilt is to you, what size quilt you want to make, whether one will be enough. So for a 72 by 72 without borders, it would you would have enough dark fabrics for the style I'm making. So I wonder if you could get a lap size quilt out of it. It also depends on how you do your sashing, because there is where did I put that? Okay, I still haven't opened it up. You also have these darker ones. I'm not including these in the light colored. I'm only including these. But technically, this is all light colored, and you could use all of these. So I think there are, let's see, 1, 2, 4, so 9 fat quarters of light colored, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Is there only 4 of those? One, I swear there's 5. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, and then 12 of the dark fabrics. So again, very subjective. I would recommend ordering more light fabrics. Best to have enough. And you know what? When I'm finished with that, I'll do something to kind of show you guys like what I did with measurements and how much fabric I used. And my computer's being really weird again. Okay, let's move on. Angie C. Now, I grabbed 2 comments from her. The first one, you have a lot of beautiful projects going. Do you do different projects during the day, or just stick with one each day? Okay, my answer to her was, it depends on the day and if I'm hyper-focused. I do have moments where I hyper-focus, and that's all I'll do for like 2 or 3 weeks, work on one project. I'm trying not to do that because I am making video content. And so I kind of want to work on a lot of different projects. Uh-oh, my disk space is almost full. I got to really hurry up here. Oh, goodness. Okay. That is why my computer is acting up. Let me see if I can make space real quick by moving that to the trash. Okay. Whew, hope this works. This happened last week too. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it really depends on the day and just what I'm feeling. Like I said yesterday, I was really feeling English paper piecing, so I worked on it. I should have been working on my Georgetown quilt, but I needed a day off. So, okay. And then she also said, cotton thread breaks too easily for me. It doesn't last very long. I have old quilts that are coming apart at the seams. Polyester thread holds up better over years of washing. If I'm doing something like hot pads, I'll use cotton. Okay, yeah, definitely use cotton if you're doing anything where the polyester will melt. Because polyester is basically plastic. It will melt. If you put it in the microwave, bad things will happen. So yeah, hot pads definitely. Definitely use cotton. But otherwise, I'm not the quilt police. I prefer cotton and natural fibers for myself. If polyester works good for you, use it. I am not going to judge you at all unless you make a hot pad with it. And then I might judge you. Only because we all know what happens when you put polyester in a microwave. It doesn't end well. But no, really. I am so sorry about your quilts that didn't hold up. That is we all know how much work goes into them, and that is so sad. And so yeah, I don't blame you at all for switching to polyester. That stuff like never breaks. I think you had left another comment. Oh no, it was this one. Cotton thread breaks too easily for me. Yeah. It really does. And if you're somebody who uses a lot of tension, it's going to be really difficult to work with. And I had mentioned before even different types of cotton. Like I was having issues with one of the Gutermans, but older Guterman never broke ever. I never broke like a whole spool of it. And now, the newer stuff, it's been breaking. So, yeah, I'm not the quilt police. You want to use polyester. If that works better for you, use it. Definitely use it. Okay. So, I am going to skip that. Okay, so we don't have much time. I'm running over time. So I'm going to skip a couple I had here. And the last one I'm going to do is from JAS5. Jazz? Your dog is beautiful. What's his name or her? So when I did my hand piecing tutorial, my German Shepherd was being a little noisy. And so I put a picture up of him because I had to stop the video and wait till he was done drinking his water very loudly. But his name's Jagger and he is 5 years old. And then I also have a female and her name is Katie and she's 6 years old and she's actually my son's dog. So yeah. And then you saw I have some cats too. I used to have chickens, but something ate them all. I'm not gonna go there. That's like a whole podcast full of yeah. Oh, I miss my chickens. I want to get more chickens. I love chickens. But my run just needed to be more secure, something dug under, probably coyotes. I'm not in the country per se, but where I'm at, we have coyotes and they have gone into the surrounding towns, like into town. And so I'm pretty sure it was probably coyotes. So that was so sad. I lost, what did I have at the time? 15 chickens, and a few of them I had for like 3 years. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll see if I have time. I might rebuild and get some more chickens, but we'll see what happens. For now, quilts. So anyways, thank you guys for being here. I really wanted to just real quick say thank you so much. As of right now, we have 474 subscribers, and that's mind-blowing to me. Completely mind-blowing. So thank you so much. If you're a subscriber, thank you. Like I said last week, this is beyond what I thought was going to happen. And I appreciate everybody so much. I feel so blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Everybody have a good holiday, and I will see you next week. All right. Bye.